Hi everyone. This is a project I've been working on. Some trial and error, but I finally got it together. So what I basically did was maximize my space from my Thule Evolution cargo box with two 100-watt solar panels, polycrystalline solar panels. So yeah, this is the setup. Everything fit perfectly on top. So I used 1/4 inch bolts with some spacers on the top part, some washers on both sides, and neoprene fender washers as well. That's the last thing I put down. I'll show you the inside in a moment too. I just want to give you a little tour of the front. I haven't mounted this up yet on my vehicle. I'm gonna do a little trial. If you follow our channel, me and Vito Corleone, my Siberian Husky, and I have been on the road adventuring for the last few months. Took a little pause on our travels here in Utah. We're going to continue exploring the mountains here and make our way up north to Wyoming and Montana eventually. We're going to wait until it gets a little nicer up there, probably by Labor Day. But yeah, so this is what we've done in the meantime. I couldn't find, after doing plenty of research, I couldn't find anything. I know I'm gonna take a hit on the MPGs. Well, life is more than miles per gallon anyway, but I've got a Toyota Tacoma, if you guys haven't noticed, and I already lost maybe a mile or two with this cargo box, but I knew that adding these solar panels will lose a little bit more. The way that it's mounted, definitely need a little bit of space underneath for the airflow. So what I did was, just to prevent any more drag from wind, I got this wind dam. Basically, I couldn't find, and I didn't want to try to fabricate it myself. I don't have time for that. So this was the best that I was able to find based off of the measurements. This is made for like the roof racks. It came with like the brackets and stuff, so I didn't need that. So I just went ahead and did a normal drilling with two washers on each end. And again, you can't really see here, but there's some fender washers there, neoprene on the bottom. I went ahead and mounted these solar panels. These solar panels came with their own holes on the end here. So what I had to do was just make my own holes. Well, it's fairly simple, just aluminum, and it's pretty sturdy, because I'll show you what I've done on the inside as well, just to kind of secure it. Really, I don't want any issues as I'm traveling cross country. So I'm gonna give it a little trial anyway and see how it goes. But yeah, let me show you guys the inside. I got stuff in here, but I still haven't seen how it works with the weight. But if it does collapse a little bit, because the solar panels do weigh about maybe 20 pounds or 30 pounds or so, I'll just get like a little rod or something to put up there. But yeah, I'll try to do this one-handed. Yep, there we go. As far as wiring, I'll explain that in a moment too. There's Vito Corleone. Say hi, Vito. He's always helping me out. So yeah, so here's the bottom, the inside. This was kind of challenging. Sorry for my finger. But I did manage to get it right. So what I did was, I've seen ways of doing this just straight ahead in here with some wing nuts or whatnot, but I needed something more secure. So I used these aluminum braces I bought and cut them up. Actually, no, I didn't cut these out. These are all made to size. So I use 2 here. They're perfectly on the one on the other end. The bottom here, I did a lock washer as well. I went ahead and cut these bolts off too because I had to go a little bit longer just to make sure they reach. So I just used an angle grinder to kind of whack them off. But yeah, as you can see, I went ahead and secured the inside this way. I went ahead and tightened it really good. Once it was hand tight, I did another 1/4 turn just to be safe. This one in particular, for some reason, I had to use a spacer. I don't remember why. But I did end up using spacers on the exterior, a couple of spots. I'll show you. Because of this, the way that this Thule box is particularly made with the angles. So I'll put one right there, one on the other side too. I said I'm not actually going to do a big spacer here. It's not worth the space. So yeah, so you probably see where I mounted the bracket to. They're Z brackets from Renogy. And I also did the same thing here with the wind dam. Just drilled through the holes that it came with. I kept these holes open on top here. There's a few more, just so I can, you know, so air could go through it, because especially from the front, I know it needs to be well ventilated. But yeah, Loctite on the threads, lock washers, lock nuts. I'm not planning on removing these, so I didn't do wing nuts. And the aluminum braces here seem to make this really, really nice and sturdy. I don't think it's going anywhere. The ends here on the wind dam, I did put some 2-way tape adhesive, and I added some welding glue on the corners here. We'll see how that sets. As far as wiring goes, I don't think I'm gonna make another video for the wiring, but I bought the extensions for the wires. I'll just add that on the description as well. As you can see here, there's some more spacers there. So, you know, I recommend just feeling out the measurements, seeing where there's the gaps, get the correct size spacer, then add that neoprene washer, which would be the last thing, just to make sure you don't get any leaks. Going back to the wires, so I'm just gonna wire these through here, get the extension, and I'm probably gonna end up bringing it down on this side, because I never really open it from the passenger side of my vehicle. It's usually the driver's side, because I have an awning on the passenger side as well. Unless I really need to, then I will. I don't think the wires will be in the way. I'll just move them over. But yeah, well, basically this part right here will go over my cab, like towards the back of my cab, just maybe the first like half a foot to a foot, and the wires basically will just hang over like that, going between the camper shell and my back cabin window. And that way I can move my, this is an adapter for my Jackery. So I have a Jackery 1800 watt Jackery 1500 Explorer is the model name. So I'm going to connect it to that and keep that charged. I already have those portable solar panels, 200 watts. So when I'm boondocking, I could use those as well. But when I'm just stationary, it will always be charged. Or when I'm driving, I do plug it into the cigarette adapter. I get about 150 watts of charging there, and I could get an extra 200 watts here. So I'll definitely charge faster, even when I'm driving kind of my daily road trips. But yeah, this is the setup. I'll show you another video of it mounted and hooked up. I haven't decided where I'm going to put the Jackery, if it's going to be in the back of my window, behind the cabin in the camper shell, or if it'll be in the back cabin. So I have options. I could, you know, basically I'll make the wiring flexible to where it'll just be easily moved, you know, depending on the situation and how I want to travel and where I'm boondocking and all that. But yeah, so let me know what you think of this. If you have any questions, I'll try to reply to the comments. This was a fun project, a lot of research, a lot of time, and definitely we'll put some links in the description for if you guys are looking to tackle this on. My advice is go slow, be patient, get the right size bolts so they're not sticking out on the bottom in your way with, you know, with all your stuff anyway, depending how much you pack in. And give it a nice little trial. Make sure it's snug. Those aluminum braces was my friend's idea. She's like, you know, you don't want to just go directly through the plastic. That could probably rip right out with some force. And just don't over torque, because you might have some cracks in your ABS and need some resin to repair it. I didn't notice anything here. There's something really fine right here, but nothing to be concerned about. I might add some resin to it later on. There's another one there too. That's the end of one of the braces. But yeah, that's about it. A little bit of trial and error, finding the right wind dam, but I got it in pretty good. Oops. So that's how it looks, basically from over here. Looks pretty cool too. I should have painted the cargo box to match the solar panels and the one down black or something, but looks good the way it is. I'm excited about hooking it up this weekend and giving it a little trial. But yeah, so just remember, if you do plan on doing this, make sure you measure twice, drill once, because that's a nerve-wracking part. And yeah, so thanks so much for watching. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe for more videos so you can see me and Vito on our adventures.